She wants to break up every night.
Project, I interviewed 3 12th grade boys that I've known for a while, and knowing that they've all gone through breakups within the last couple months, I decided to ask them the same questions and interview them and see how I could connect their relationships and their breakups to the material that we learned throughout this course.
At first, she was worried about meeting someone who was older and that I wouldn't, I guess, be able to take care of her for X amount of years, being that I'm not a working man and I'm still in high school. So she originally started to have doubts that there's not really a future with me and whatever's going to happen is just going to waste her time and end up in one of us or even both of us being hurt. So the relationship started taking a downturn from the get-go.
People were Snapchatting me videos of my girlfriend cuddling with other guys. Of course, I didn't say anything to my girlfriend and to show that I'm doubting her or doubting her trust or loyalty or whatever to the relationship. But I started to get a little concerned, and as days went on, it just got more and more frustrating to actually start noticing it in person.
I would say like around 6 months in. First, I didn't even know her that well. We started dating after 12 days, and that relationship lasted a year, maybe a little more than a year, but we were just toxic for each other. We fought over stupid things. Parents got involved. Now, parents didn't like the relationship so much, but more, we were just very immature with it. And I also think we didn't really know each other as much as we would have if we waited 3 months to maybe go out. I literally asked her less than 2 weeks and we started dating. And I would say 6 months in, I realized this isn't the girl for me, but I was too scared to get out of the relationship. So I had nothing to go back to, so I just stuck with her the whole time, really.
I wouldn't say specifically that was the reason it started to go bad. I would say that was one of the reasons overall that we did end up breaking up. It was one of the things I did mention when we broke up, although it wasn't the reason or only reason.
I wouldn't say that because there were various times where we got back together. Even towards the end, it was only 2.5 months ago, where we got back together for maybe the 4th time. And she actually called me up and told me that she spoke to her parents and they were okay with it and that she was ready to put that problem aside and to move forward. And if I was the right one, she would wait around for me and she would just see what the future held.
The breakup.
We went through 2 breakups. First breakup, she wanted to break up because she felt like I wasn't treating her the right way. And also she heard that my parents weren't so into the relationship. But then the second time where we fully ended things, we got back like a month later after the first one. After the summer, I said that I can't do this anymore. We're fighting all the time. At that point, I was like, this is enough. This clearly isn't the right time. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be, but this definitely isn't the right time to be with this girl. So I said, okay, I have to just cut this off right where it is.
So I actually did the breaking up, but it wasn't only due to that type of reason. It wasn't only on her side. It was also on my part.
Speaking, it would be from her side. When things were going bright and things were going well. And let's say I wanted to take it to the next step or further the relationship, she would always get nervous and she would be the one ending it. So the first time or two, it was over the phone just because I guess she didn't realize that the proper ways to do it in person in an environment like that. But towards the end, we started having the conversation in person, and the conversations basically went, listen, we were talking for months and we're getting close and we're learning a lot about each other, and listen, I just want to walk around with you and tell people you're my girlfriend. And it was always like, I don't know, I'm not sure, and it was just something I couldn't deal with. And every time I wanted to just further the relationship and get closer, I guess there would be a small panic on her side. And
So I picked her up. She kind of knew I was going to end it. So I texted her. We usually hang out in her house. I texted her, I'm outside. Can you come out? And she knew I was going to end it, but I guess she was just playing along with it. She's like, why? Just come in. And then, so whatever. I just told her I'm outside. So she came outside, drove around the block. We're talking. And I finally just dropped the main focus of the car ride, which was to break up with her. And I started off, the conversation was great. There was no fighting, nothing. I was straight up and very honest with her. I told her I'm not into it like I should be, and I'm not being the right boyfriend like I should be. And
First breakup, when if I remember, it was both. It was over text and in person. She mentioned it in person, and then she finalized it over text, and I didn't take it well at all because I got addicted to like talking to this person for so long. I couldn't let go. I was scared to let go. So that really affected me. In the second breakup, I would say I was more prepared. I knew the feelings that I was gonna feel. I knew that I was gonna be hurt because I already went through it. I knew that it was gonna be much harder than it was the first time. But because I was prepared a little bit, I would say it helped me finalize my decision. It helped me come to the conclusion that, okay, it's gonna hurt me, but I'm gonna come out strong.
which is the longest span of time. I think I could say now that I'm over her. She just wasn't treating me the way I wanted to be treated, the way that I saw my friends and their girls treating their men. So that's easy to get over. But having someone always there for you, like I use the analogy a lot of times with my friends, it's like sitting first class on a plane. When you have a girlfriend, they're taking care of you, just like on the plane, the stewardess, they're taking care of you and food whenever you want, and they're always there at your needs. And you have an issue at night, you know who to call. You're crying, you know who to turn to. And sort of when you end that relationship, you go back to reality and you're sitting back in economy class, and of course you're gonna miss first class. Who doesn't want to be taken care of? Who doesn't want to have someone to hold hands with the whole time? Who doesn't want to have someone to talk to? But you know what, when you're back there and it's tight and it's hard, you find your hobbies, you get pillows, you make yourself comfortable. I started playing piano, I started playing more sports, I started doing things that I love to keep me occupied, and I realized it's been 2 months and I just feel like I'm back to myself.
Yeah, I don't want her back. I don't have feelings for her. I don't care when people talk about her. I don't care when I hear she did this, she does that, she's dating this guy. I used to care. Now I don't think. I'm very thankful for that.
And I don't know if I sound wrong for saying this, but I was kind of happy when I ended it because it was something that was pulling me down. And so for me to end it because I wasn't feeling healthy about it, I felt great. I never missed her specifically. I missed the idea of the relationship and having someone there for me at all times that I know I could go to them.
Through these 3 interviews with these fine young men, I really learned a lot. I discovered a ton, and there were so many things that they said that connected to the information we learned over this semester. I discovered that they had a lot of similarities between their breakups, how they dealt with it, the reason they broke up, whether it be parents, whether it be they weren't feeling it, getting back together, breaking up again. And again, they're all in high school, so it makes sense that sometimes they broke up but got back together, and that was like the underlying theme between all 3 relationships, that it never ended, and then it continued, and it never ended and continued. So it was always that pattern up until somebody said, okay, I'm gonna end it, it's done, it's time that I move on. And I really learned that everyone reacts differently to a breakup. Like Michael said, he found himself, he started to be more distracted, he learned how to get over it. And with Ike, he just really fell back on his family, fell back on that social support of his family that he ditched to, go for the girl because his parents weren't so into it in the beginning. He fell back on that, on his roots, on that foundation, and really built that connection again. And with Daniel, he really took the blame for this, even though it wasn't his fault, which I think it was him being the bigger man. But he did it for the relationship, as a whole, but he also did it for himself. He didn't want to put it on her. He said, I'll take this one for the team, which he did. And, it's a young leader in him. It's a quality that, could take him a long way. But, I wish I could show you all the whole interview. There was a lot of other phases of, deterioration from within the breakup. And a lot of them did seek social support. A lot of them spoke to their friends and mentors and teachers and, tried to deal with it, because it's not hard being in school with your girlfriend or seeing them on the weekends, whatever it is, and breaking up every other day, or, not necessarily being on the same page. And it was really difficult for all three of them, and they all ended up, on their feet. But it wasn't an easy road. It wasn't easy at all, and they pushed through it. But yeah, this is my project on breakups. I really enjoyed doing the research. I really enjoyed the connections, the analyzations. Something I enjoyed, and I hope you do too. Thank you for this opportunity.